Graduation. A time to reflect on your past achievements with the people that you love. It's a time to build for your future. A time that really needs a. Well, who am I kidding? It's a time to party! My name is Devonda Graham. I am a mentor at Adamsville Recreation Spot Center, but I'm an intern for ATL Storytellers. I'm a graduate now of Clark University, where I majored in mass media arts, concentrating in TV production. I'm originally from Dayton, Ohio, by my way of Peachtree City, Georgia. Army brat, silly, funny, all the above. My experience at Clark University was pretty much really, it was very informative, and I learned a lot about myself during those 4 years matriculating through Clark University. And you learn a lot about yourself. You really grow into somebody else, but not in the sense of just transforming completely, but really adding on to who you are. So I learned a lot of things about myself. I learned a lot about the community and about just my race in general. In high school, I was very active, like at Clark University, but a lot of times your freshman year, my biggest advice would be for freshman year and how I was to be very observant to, how Clark Atlanta is, because it's so much you can get involved with, but you don't want to, I guess, commit to all these different clubs, organizations, and then you can't really dedicate, yourself and your time because of the fact that you're trying to do all these different things. So freshman year is when I got into just seeing what Clark Atlanta was about and the different clubs and different things like that. So, but my high school experience, I was a varsity cheerleader. I was into dance. I was into art. I was really into painting and sculpting, so I was very active. And so I think whatever you do in high school, sometimes people come to college trying to do the same thing, and sometimes it works, but sometimes you have to, I guess, find a different niche when you go to college. Um, a lot of times people, they kind of depend on um, I guess, others to help them get out of the situation that they are. But when it comes to college, you kind of have to do that on your own, because you have to find money. Financial aid sometimes doesn't kick in the way you want it to. You have to find the resources to get into college, because it's not as easy as it is to get into high school, especially if you go to a private institution like Clark University. You have to find those resources, that money. What can you do to get more scholarships and grants so that you can stay at Clark, because it is expensive. So I would say you will have to want to do it. You need to want to change your environment and the things that you see every day. So if you're coming from a tough background or community or household or whatever it is that you're coming from, I would say, in a way, think of college as the ultimate gift, like the ultimate initiative for a better future, because you're, in a way, you can get away from that situation. So my thing was, I came from a small city, Dayton, Ohio. Everybody knew everybody, and it was really like a lot of people was getting pregnant early, and it wasn't that much to do. So my way was like, if I want to get out of that situation, I gotta go somewhere. I gotta go to college. I have to go to a college no one else is going to. That way I can start a new beginning. So think about it as a new beginning, a way to build a career for you, for yourself, and you got about like 2 or 3 years to figure out what you want to do. If I could change anything, I would say I wouldn't try to grow up so quick in high school. I was so ready. I was like, I'm about to be grown. I'm going to move on to college. I'm going to forget all you losers. And I'm going to do this and this and that. And I was so quick to move to college. And it's been like 2 weeks since I've been out of college. I graduated. And I'm like anxious to go back. We're reminiscing about things that we could have did or should have done. So really appreciate high school, because high school and college, those are like the best moments you'll get. High school, you grow from being like some little teenager to you mess around, and you you learn a lot about like yourself in general there, because you're going from sweet 16, getting your first car, getting your license, first little boyfriend, prom, different things that you can't go back to. You can't have another prom in college. It won't be the same. So definitely enjoy that and prepare for college. Like, see what it is that you want to do in a trade school, or in college, or in life in general. So I would change that about high school. And in college, I probably would have prepared myself more for when I graduate. In 4 years, I want to have my doctorate. So I want to be a doctor. So hopefully you see Dr. Devonda Graham. And I want to have my own nonprofit, and I want to have my own production, or at least be on, I guess, the up and coming, be one of the up and coming producers or directors, script writers. I want to be a script writer, so I want to at least have my name established and out there, so that people can come to me when they want to make up a new idea for their product or their company. So 4 years, I want to be established. So coming to Clark, Atlanta, and you're coming from a smaller city where everybody's used to doing the same thing, and being your own person is kind of like frowned upon, or people are afraid to do it because everyone wants to be just alike, because they don't want to think outside the box. They don't want to be, I guess, chastised for being something different. Clark, Atlanta, you think that before I got there, I thought all black people are going to be the same. It's going to be this type of black person, and we're all going to be just alike, and we're going to be twins. But you have people who roller skate. I've never seen black people roller skate before, ever. Like, that was like, wow, you do that and no one makes fun of you for doing that, because that's a joke. But people do that, and that's their craft. People, they have businesses where they're photographers all day long. I've never seen anybody come here and really invest in their craft, and their parents didn't make them do that. Like, my mom used to make me paint and draw. I used to love it, but she made me do this kind of contest so that I could get my work up in the art gallery back home. But here, I mean, people, it's just so much room for people to be business people. And so coming to Clark, I mean, everybody was so different. You got people who are into rock, people who are into skinny jeans, some people who aren't into that. They're into their own fads. Some people want to dress like they're hippies. You got hippie type people. But I think at HBCU, it's really cool to see that black comes in so many different shapes, types. I mean, it's really amazing to see different people doing their thing, and we're all here for the common goal, which is to build ourselves and really invest in our future. Okay, well, shout out to Respect Our Storytellers. This is Devonda, and I'm out.